Hi, it is a privilege to welcome you to Stand Up and Redo. It is a soulful, honest podcast hosted by me, Petra, a woman over 50 who is navigating life's most tender transitions with courage and grace. I have weathered the storms of 2 divorces, raised children into adults, embraced the joy of grandchildren, and learned, perhaps for the first time, how to stand comfortably in my own solitude. Each episode explores the profound wisdom that comes with age, the lessons etched in heartache, the beauty found in unexpected places, the laughter that bubbles up in the quiet, and the peace that settles when we stop running from ourselves. With reflections on love, loss, aging, happiness, and the sacredness of this one wild and precious life, Stand Up and Redo is a companion for anyone who's learning to live fully after everything they thought would last has changed. This is a space for late bloomers, deep feelers, and fierce survivors. Come for the comfort, stay for the truth, and leave a little lighter each time. Welcome back to Stand Up and Redo. I am excited that you're here again. And this time I'm going to start the podcast off a little bit different. I'm going to talk about current events more when I start because I often dive right in to a story about, usually it's been about my life because they're the only stories I know, but in the future, the podcast, the format is going to change and it's going to go in the direction of being more interviews with other people sharing their stories about their lives and what they've experienced. And I want to take it when I do interview. Of course, you're going to get a taste, maybe, as time goes on. Maybe, of course, my perception or my beliefs are going to kind of come through, but I don't want that to happen too much. I want you to see me interview a person with an unbiased, journalistic approach. And that's really my goal, because I just want the person I'm interviewing to be able to talk freely, to be honest, to share their feelings, and even whatever their beliefs are, without feeling judged, without feeling like what they're saying is wrong. Because for me, I'm learning in this political arena now, it's almost like, well, first with all the shootings, with what just happened recently with Charlie Kirk, I never even listened to him. I never listened to him talk before until he was shot. And now I'm listening just because I'm curious why people, well, first loved him so much, and then why now they hated him so much. So I've been listening to that a little bit more, his podcasts, and I can't say I haven't heard him say things that wouldn't hurt people, but I have heard him say some beautiful things too about Christ and God, and even kind things about other people. So I'm just trying to figure how I feel about him out after that without just jumping on a bandwagon, because I am a Christian and saying he's just this wonderful person. How could this be, or why wouldn't people be angered by what he said? But I also do not believe that any person deserves to be murdered. And that is just something that we just cannot let happen in the United States of America. And we just have to figure out how to change that. And wow, that's going to be hard because there's just so many facets to the division that we have now with us and them and we and they. And I think just getting back to, in the United States of America, being we together, and just being kind and accepting and loving. And as long as a person isn't hurting another person, let them be what they're going to be. Let them believe what they're going to believe. And don't be angry and hateful towards them. Don't say mean things towards them. Be kind and approach life that way. Stop being hateful. Stop being angry. And work on love and kindness. And wow, that was simply stated. But I want to change the subject. I want to talk about the Golden Bachelor. I am angry about this. The reason I am is really because there's a double standard with men and women. And hearing this guy, who now is the Golden Bachelor, make that statement, or I don't know exactly what the statement was, but I heard that he said he was going to immediately, I think he's 66 years old, Mel Owens, and he made a statement, as what I saw online, that he was going to immediately eliminate any woman over 60. Now, I want to tell you about my dilemma. I am a single 54-year-old woman, and I'm trying not to date too much, but I do want to date. So, oh wow, it stopped recording, I think. Did it stop? No, it's still recording. Sorry, it looked like my recorder stopped, but it didn't. So what I was going to say is I'm 54. Oh my gosh, don't jump ahead too far, ahead too fast. But I'm single. And I often think I'll meet a guy, and I've met a couple guys out. And I actually met a guy organically a couple months ago, and we took this hike, and we happened to meet while we were hiking. And we ended up hiking for 3.2 miles, which he hiked with me through the whole woods hike, him and his dog. And we had a lot of fun. And then after we hiked, we decided it was really hot. It was one of those days it was 90. We actually jumped in the river afterwards, where I was staying at the Patapsco State Park. And then we ate dinner on the back of the truck I had rented. I had bought a sandwich for myself, and we kind of made like a little picnic in the back of the pickup truck. It was almost like the perfect date. It was like an accidental date. And I had a really nice time with this guy. And I was thinking the whole time I was hiking with him, I was thinking, I wonder if he's older. I mean, it wasn't like he was ever inappropriate or acted like he was even interested in me that much as far as romantically, but he was fun to be with, and I thought he would be a neat guy maybe to go out with again. And the whole time I'm hiking with him, I'm thinking, I wonder how old this guy is, Maybe he's like 48, 49, maybe, because he was real tan. He was an outside guy, so his skin was a little like more weathered, but he was a very handsome man. Actually reminded me a little bit of like Kevin Costner. I was like, oh, he looks like Kevin Costner. Not that looks are that important always, but he was attractive, and he was a pleasure to spend time with. Well, at the end of our dinner, we were talking about our dogs, and I wanted to show him my dog, Inky. So I pulled up a picture on my phone because he had brought his dog with him. And my little granddaughter was in one of the pictures. I said, oh, like next to that picture. He goes, oh, who's that child or kid or whatever? And I said, oh, that's my granddaughter. And he goes, granddaughter? He's like, how old are you? And I told him how old I was. And he just looked mortified. Like, he was like, what? Like, and I could tell that I felt like he was a little bit bummed at my age, which is fine. That's okay. Because when I asked him how old he was 41. So that's like a 13-year difference, I guess. And I can't say that's not a lot, because I think that's pretty much, for me, I tend to notice, I feel like 10 years would be maybe, a man that was 10 years older would be maybe what I would try to, I think that's a more closer age range difference than maybe more than 10 years. But it kind of just was a really nice conversation still. I mean, he did say, when you're back in town this way, maybe we could hike, because we're both avid hikers. And it was a very nice ending to an accidental date. But I've noticed that there's a big difference between men dating younger women and women dating younger men. And it just is. And I mean, maybe it's because, like, if a man's in his young 40s, he might want to still be with a woman that can have children. Or, I don't know, I feel like it's a notch on a belt for a younger guy if he gets with an older woman. And when I say gets with an older woman, I mean just fools around with an older woman, but doesn't necessarily have a serious relationship with an older woman. What I'm saying, I guess, is that there's definitely a double standard between younger men dating older women and younger women dating older men. And I mean, what can I say about that? It's just an observation. It's what I've noticed. And it is what it is, But the other thing I'm a little bit irritated about is going back to the Golden Bachelor. Of course, is what he said, that he wasn't even going to give a woman that's even his own age a chance, like 60 to 66. He wasn't even going to give that woman a chance. He's going to dive into the women that are younger. I mean, at least that's what he said, right? But I also feel frustrated about the fact that The Bachelor does not have anybody in their 50s. They have these younger people who are younger, or people who are older. It's like the older than 60, but they haven't even given the chance for people my age, like 50. Not that I want to be on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, but they haven't even had anybody. I bet there's not even anyone who is 54 on The Bachelor. If there was, let me know, because I'm curious. I think it's all older people. And I did watch the first Golden Bachelor. I wanted to watch the Golden Bachelorette, but I didn't connect with the Bachelorette on that show. It sounds horrible. I did like watching The Bachelor, the Golden Bachelor, though. I really liked that one. The second one I couldn't get into as much. This one, of course, now I really want to watch it because he made that statement. So good advertising on their part for sure. Because now I'm like, let me watch this guy and see how he reacts with these older women who are his own age. But either way, I just wanted to point that out. That is something that's been in my head, and I'm curious about statistics and everything with age related. I'm taking children out of it because I guess in a way, if a man was 40 or 41 and had never had children and was hopeful to have a child with a younger woman, which is kind of sad because if you think about it, a woman who's over 40, it's not as easy for her to just have a child. So if he were to date someone his own age, that wouldn't even be in the picture for that woman that is his own age. But again, here we go. It is what it is, right? And I just had to share my feelings about that with you and my observation about that with you. And I actually think I'm going to end this and make this a podcast. I don't think this is going to be one of them. And I'm going to give you a break this Wednesday with just a short podcast about age and dating. And there you go. Okay, wait. I have to tell you about my stand-up and redo. My stand-up and redo is that I am going to give younger guys a chance with me and not age discriminate. There you go. And I am going to even venture out. I don't think it's bad to date older people too if you're a younger woman. I had dated a much older man, and the more I think about it, that could have lasted for a long time, really, because he could have lived to be 90 or 100 and been perfectly healthy, because I'm noticing now that people live a lot longer than they used to, and people die suddenly that you weren't expecting to die. So I feel like only God knows what your life expectancy is. And I mean, you can fight to be as healthy as you can, and you can run and you can walk and you can exercise, but you really don't know. Your days are numbered, and you need to just live your life, because you really don't know when the end is. So maybe give an older person a chance dating, or a younger person, and live a little and don't have such strict rules with dating. And also look at a person. Don't look at just the outside shell. Look at what they are inside and how much you might like them as far as chemistry and just love. Love is so crucial. And so, love. I have to share something. I just watched The Golden Bachelor, and I already forgive the guy for what he said. I like this so much. It's so good. And there's actually all the female all the candidates or whatever that are on the Bachelor, the Golden Bachelor, are over 60. So, I mean, at least everyone that I watched tonight was, and I think, here you go. Here's your great group of women that are your age, and I'm excited to see who he picks, and I can't wait to watch this season of the Golden Bachelor Season 2. So, had to share that with you. Hi, I'd like to give credit to Sarah Gephardt for the cover page of this podcast. This podcast is a work based on the personal experiences, reflections, and memories of the speaker. The events described are true to the best of the speaker's knowledge and recollection. Some names, locations, identifying characteristics, and timelines have been changed or altered to protect the privacy of the individuals involved. In some cases, composite characters have been created or dialogue has been reconstructed based on memory. The intention of this podcast is not to defame, malign, or harm any individual or entity. Rather, it is to share the speaker's journey with honesty, vulnerability, and integrity. Any opinions expressed are solely those of the speaker and are not intended as statements of fact regarding any person, group, or organization. Listeners should keep in mind that human memory is inherently subjective and selective, and while every effort has been made to ensure accuracy, this podcast reflects the speaker's perspective and truth. Thank you.